welcome Mr. Adam.
Thank you.
Thanks for honoring our invitation. Will you maybe explain to this honorable court your relationship with God before you went the fruit and the aftermath of the fall?
Relationship with God was wonderful and awesome. We related with God even in holiness and in righteousness. But after the fall, it was total damnation upon us. I could see Eve with my very eyes and not with the eyes of God again. Even God has to intervene and make us animal clothing.
That's it. All the points are noted. Cross.
No cross-examination, my Lord.
You may step aside, Mr. Aidan. Thank you.
Thank you.
My Lord, I used to call on my second witness, Abraham. Let's proceed forward. Fathers of all nations, thanks for accepting our invitation on behalf of Mother Sarah. And if I may ask you, how is heaven?
Wow. Heaven is glorious and wonderful. It is more than God's promise to you. If you don't mind, you can come along and see.
Don't get it wrong, sir. It is not yet my time, so I can't follow you. My simple question for you is this. How can you briefly describe to this court the life of Mother Sarah, his life of modesty, how it can be an example for this sister to learn?
Hey, young man, don't get it wrong. No human who ever lived should be our standard. Have you forgotten? Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. But I will answer your question. Sarah was modest in all aspects. In her dressing, in her characters, in her behavior, name it. She was humility epitomized.
Can you run down and again?
She was humility epitomized.
Humility epitomized. Oh, I will not cross.
No cross, my Lord.
You cannot have cross. Anyway, that will be all, Mr. Abraham. Mr. Abraham, you may step aside. My Lord, I choose now to call on my third witness, Queen Esther. Queen Esther! You're welcome, Queen Esther. Thanks for accepting our honorable invitation. Sir, Queen Esther, can you briefly explain to this honorable court what made you to stand out and what made King Xerxes to go for you, and what exactly did he see in you then? After all, you are not the only sheikhs or the virgin in the land. But there must be something that sees in you then. Can you briefly explain to this honorable court? We want to hear.
Simple. This book of the Lord shall not depart out of thy mouth.
Wow.
In it shall you meditate day and night. My uncle, Mordecai, taught me and brought me up in the way of the Lord. Basically, I obeyed God through him. Unfortunately, the youths of nowadays don't follow counsel.
Thank you very much, Queen Esther. Class.
Queen Esther, you see, it's finally wonderful to have met with you. Yeah, I was thinking that I'll see you when I get to heaven. But I have one question for you. Am I correct to say that it wasn't really what you were putting on that made the king to be drawn to you, but the fact that you wore exactly what Haggai told you to wear in the book of Esther, section 2, subsection 15? Okay. You are correct. Again, this book of the Lord shall not depart out of your mouth. My uncle taught me the fear of God. I simply obeyed him. God in turn granted him his glory as a covering. Yet, I would not deny the fact that the glory of God stood me out among my peers. I did not eat, drink, or use what everyone used. I obeyed instructions. Thank you very much, Minister. You know, that's all the goodness.
You may take your seat, Queen Esther. And lastly, I call on Samson. Samson! You're welcome. So can you briefly tell these cops what make an agile and a strong man like you? For a man that was used of God in others' way. And after all, not fair to the end of the river. Can you briefly explain to this honorable court?
What do you mean by that? It was just a simple case of being at the wrong place and at the wrong time. Besides, the daughters of the Philistines and the women of Gaza, they all had their dress sense and they were very appealing to the eyes. But I must warn you, spirit-filled sisters, you must not dress in such a manner.
So, can I really conclude that their dress sense or the manner in which they dress was part of what Leo used them? Mr. Man, I will not take that for granted. Cross.
Sister, sorry.
You would have confused. Very confused.
I have to say something. You see, you said so lot of things, but so little. Am I correct to say that it wasn't what those ladies were putting on that made you to fall, but the fact that you did not deal with your weaknesses, or the fact that you struggled with flesh so much so that wherever it was that you went to Gaza, to Timnah, even to the city of Bani or Sore, all you saw was women. You cannot talk.
Objection, my lord. The defense counsel is bullying and is rushing the witness. I believe that's something to say, my lord.
Actually, the young lady's right. My parents trained me to be godly. They trained me to be a man that God can use. But I chose to follow my flesh. I chose to follow the way of the lost. I took the grace of God for granted. I would advise none of you should ever take the grace of God for granted.
The grace of God, we take it for granted. My Lord, that is all for the weakness. That's all.
All right, you may take your seat. I think that's all for the prosecuting counsel. Yes, my lord.
All right. Well, the first counsel, before we have you, I think we'll proceed on a very brief recess for just a few minutes, and then we'll have to have you.
That's not possible, my Lord. He that has started this journey with us is faithful to bring it to an end.
Come on, I understand that. But even the Bible tells us that God rested on the seventh day. Let's just take this brief recess and refresh ourselves a bit, and then we'll be back, okay? Arise.
Cops. that I commanded to employ somebody like you.
Was that the reason why you brought David's house? Did you see the way he was dressed? You went all the way to heaven to bring Samson. Was it where you were? I don't even know where you went to say.
Let me tell you, that's the reason we brought that we came out. Forget.
I thought I wanted you to stop shouting like infants in this court.
He started it, my lord.
Are you?
Listen, be one. Both of you, be one. All right, back to business.
Come on, girl. Let's have you.
Finally. Thank you, my lord. You see, this case is getting very, very interesting by the day. But we don't have time to waste. Because you can see that the prosecuting counsel does not have anything tangible to say here. But my lord, we have 4 witnesses also.
You see again now. Fire again.
Like I was saying before the unruly interruption, we have 4 witnesses to help us shine light and shed light and illuminate this case. My lord, I call on Jezebel.
Jezebel!
Beautiful one of the air. I'm sorry to have dragged you from hell. But you see, we sisters just needed something to be clarified. And we were wondering that why is it that when Satan shows that when Satan promised wars and the evil declined women were being mentioned in the Bible, your name was always being mentioned. Why?
For hell's sake, how am I supposed to know? Maybe it's because there's no woman recorded. So I brought such fear in the hearts of men, even the so-called men of God. You would have seen the woman before me in the lilac. She tried her best anyway, but she did not do enough. What?
The so-called men of God, yes. You just hit the nail on the head. Doesn't that mean that the battle that happened between yourself, Elijah, and other prophet of God, was it the fact that you were not aware of the risk involved? Or the fact that you were on a mission impossible? Or you were just not concerned about what was going to happen? Of course, the statute also recorded that you were a powerful dresser.
Oh, there you go. You know, I was a deadly dresser, that's true. You know, the reason my aim was to, distract men and make them weak. Remember again, as the custodian of the idol. Oh, you would have been there to see. I was the custodian of the idol, And you see, even as for those men of God, most, if not all of them, remain men. They easily forget the God that did wonders through them, and they fall for any slight trials that comes their way. Since they fell, what do you expect me to do? I should be looking at them? No. And such was the problem Elijah had. You would have seen him when he ran. Oh gosh.
That is all for the witness. Prosecuting counsel.
What? Me? No. I can't ask this witness any question.
All right, madam, you can return to Hades.
Exactly, my Lord. And I begin to wonder where all this witness thing are coming from. Foolish people.
My unlearned counsel, don't be rude. I'm sure your mother taught you better. Anyways, my Lord, you see, the next person I want to call on is David, the son of Jesse.
King David!
King David, you're most welcome, sir. I'm most grateful. History has it that you're known for the great battle that happened between yourself and Goliath, and the fact that you're the great author of the book of Psalms. But yet, you fell into the sin of adultery and murder just because you could not deal with your weaknesses. Why is that so?